Hey, what's up? I'm Brenda, I'm a tasty producer, and today we're gonna be making my favorite Hispanic recipes. Tortilla española is a dish that originates in Spain. They will eat it in gatherings, mostly during the summer. They can eat it cold and hot. And the reason why I created this is because my dad's family have Spaniard heritage. So realizing that this is a very popular dish, I want to explore that other half of my culture that I haven't been really connecting with. So when I made this, it's not only very simple, but it's very delicious. Even though a lot of people here were not exposed to it, felt familiar with this dish, but the ingredients are so common that people of all kinds enjoyed it and asked me for the recipe because that's how good it was. And I thought, well, this is the perfect excuse to learn something new and to explore. And when I made it, I realized that it has a lot of commonalities with the South American culture. And not only that, but this simple dish has a lot of potential to connect with people who are not even Latin American because the ingredients are so common. So really, you don't have to go to Spain to get a little authentic taste of this culture. You can just grab a couple of tomatoes, eggs, and then play with these ingredients, and you will be eating authentic Spaniard cuisine. One of my favorite recipes called aborrajado because it's Colombian, which is where I'm from. Also because it's super easy and delicious. So this is the first video that I'm making, which is amazing. It's great, but get this, I'm making this with Adam Bianchi, which you probably know from Worth It. So it comes the part where we have to get the aborrajado and break it in half and get that beautiful cheese pull. And this dude looks at me, the pressure takes over, and there I am breaking that thing as he's looking at me like, you can't do it. And it happened. It was incredible. I managed to get a smile out of Bianchi. You know, he never smiles what I did. And I'm still in the books, on record, as the one and only person who made him smile. When we published it in the comments, a lot of people started claiming this recipe as theirs, meaning Ecuadorian people were saying that's actually Ecuadorian, Peruvians, Puerto Ricans. So it was really cool to realize, like, okay, this is what I thought was a Colombian recipe is actually this Latin American recipe that a lot of people are calling different names and making in different ways. So it's ours. It was kind of enlightening to realize that what I thought was ours is really Latin American. And it's so easy. Really, all you're doing is grabbing some sweet plantain, frying it, flattening it, and then you put whatever you want inside. In Colombia, we put a little bit of cheese and sometimes a little bit of guava paste. It's so amazing to see these different interpretations of such a delicious and simple dish. And guess what? Not only did we get the cheese pull, it was one of the most successful videos that we had on Being Tasty, so thank you, Adam. Alright, you and I know that bread pudding does not belong to Colombia or Latin America, but it's a very popular dessert because what you're really doing is grabbing any extra bread that you have laying around home and adding whatever you want. In this case, I noticed that there was a little twist. People were adding a little bit of dulce de leche, which is like caramel. And instead of the just sugar and heavy cream, we were adding condensed milk, which has everything. It's creamy, it has the sugar, it's milky, so you have everything in this one ingredient. When this was ready to go out, people tried it. There was this girl at work, her name is Merle. She never had it before, not in this way at least. And she said, can I just grab a little bit? Can I grab a little bit more? It was so popular. A lot of people were texting me for recipes and begging me to please make it all over again. And so I did. If you want to please a big crowd, this is your option. So green plantain gives us a couple of things, which are tostones, also known as patacón in my country, in Colombia. So tostones is really just green plantain that has been fried, and then it's flattened, and then it's fried again. So as I'm going through Instagram, I realized that there are a couple of places in Colombia who are making this plantain cone. And it's super cool because now you have amazing, delicious plantain with a filling on the go. Inspired by all of this post and this new trend, I decided to bring it to Tasty. And to my surprise, it was super successful. A lot of people from different cultures embraced this idea. And soon after, articles from around the world started talking about this plantain cone, which again, not my creation, but it was trending in my country. And now the whole continent knew about it. It was cool to realize that by publishing this video, I was somehow highlighted this little dish in a little tiny corner of a country. And at the end of the day, a lot of small businesses benefited because the recipe becomes popular, and it's super cool because now you have amazing, delicious plantain with a filling on the go. Inspired by all of these posts and this new trend, papa rellena is very popular in places like Peru and Colombia. All it really is mashed potato, which houses whatever you want. It can be beans, ground beef, and that's really the whole concept. So I came to the United States when I was about to turn 15. And one of the things that I noticed immediately is that although people do try to bring back the dishes from different countries, there was something missing here. Now that I'm working at Bien Tasty, I get to share those dishes that I missed so much when I arrived, and I get to share them with a lot of people in a lot of countries. So it's crazy how things played out for me to be able to still work with my culture as part of my job. That's insane. Every single dish, it's an expression of some kind. Maybe it's a really fancy chef who wants to show off his amazing culinary skills, or it's just a grandma in Ecuador who is really eager to share her longtime tradition of papas rellenas, whatever it is. It's a message in every dish. At the end of the day, you're eating a little bit of someone's story. Maybe it's just the story of how this dish arrived to existence. Maybe it's the story of the influence of other cultures to yours. Whatever it is, as a fan of stories, of storytelling, I try to appreciate as much as I can any new dish, not just for its flavors and its looks, but for its origins. And that's something that I'm lucky enough to do in every single video that I'm putting out there for Bien Tasty, and I get to do it with a massive audience. Alright, so if you have not gotten a chance to explore non-mainstream Latin American recipes, then please, I beg you to try these ones because they're delicious, they're easy to make, they're affordable, and most importantly, you will be eating authentic, amazing Latin American dishes. Try them.
Oh, yes!